Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 6th National Summit for Health Communication, live and in person for some of us, which is very exciting, for the first time since 2019, as Aaron can attest. We're here in steamy Austin, Texas, where it's almost 100 degrees today. Also, it's Pride Month, so happy Pride, everyone. My name is Michael Grela, and I am the head of reputation and social impact for Evoke KYNE, which is a global health communications agency. I'm based in New York. I'm also the president of the Society of Health Communication, working alongside Ashani, Diane, Shelley, Jay, and many others. It's like the paparazzi over here. So I asked her to do, but now I'm like, oh. Some of us will be introducing ourselves today inclusively, and so I want to start out by stating I'm a white male with dark brown hair and blue eyes and a mustache. In case you, I'm wearing a green collared shirt. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I also want to acknowledge that we're meeting on the indigenous lands of Turtle Island, the ancestral name for what is now called North America. I also want to acknowledge all the American Indian, indigenous peoples and communities who have been or have been part of these lands and territories in Texas. I'd also like to begin with a little bit of some heavy topics, so bear with me for a couple of minutes. But just really wanted to discuss the state of the world and the impact that it has on all of us. So the last few years feel more like 20 years in some ways. I'm sure we can all attest to that. And in particular, over the last few months, we've experienced a lot. The continued effects of a 2+ year global pandemic that's claimed the lives of more than 1 million Americans, and it has devastated families and communities all around the globe. Ongoing economic and financial volatility and instability, which causes great stress and uncertainty for everyone. A horrific war in Ukraine and social and political unrest in the US and all across the world. Just reading the news this morning was a lot, reading what's going on with the hearings. Countless mass shootings in the US, including recent ones in an elementary school here in Texas, and one specifically targeting Black people in Buffalo, New York, where collectively 31 individuals were murdered. An assault on women's rights in the US looming with a high probability that Roe v. Wade will be overturned, which will disproportionately affect already disenfranchised communities. An increase in hate crimes and violence against historically discriminated communities at a time when we're meant to be celebrating them through Black History Month, AAPI Heritage Month, Jewish American Heritage Month, LGBTQIA Pride Month, and Juneteenth. And obviously a lot more than that, that's a lot to begin with. As a white man with great privilege and personal and professional stability, some days it feels like more than I can handle, so I can not imagine the toll it takes on others and their families and loved ones. I don't have any magic words of wisdom, if that's what you're waiting for. And I know that many people feel tired, depleted, and overwhelmed, and it's obviously a very, I think, what a lot of us are experiencing. So as a society, we believe we have a critical role to play, and through our work, we have the power to make a difference, especially when we come together in forums like this. So in order to help address these issues and the effects on our communities, we have shaped today's agenda around important discussions on health equity, mental health and resiliency, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and how we can build back trust in our field and help us be more effective health communicators. Our goal today is to discuss many of these issues which impact our nation's health and well-being, and have open and honest conversations about what we can do as a field to affect change for the health of Americans and for one another. And in many cases, we'll share what folks are already doing across the field. There's a lot of great work happening in these spaces, so we can learn and grow from each other. So it's a tall order, but I think we've got the right group together to do it. I also want to remind everyone to really push themselves, not necessarily just today, but going forward. Their friends, their loved ones, their colleagues, organizational leadership, to have the difficult and sometimes uncomfortable conversations around race, access and inequality, and be vulnerable with one another about where we need to do better, where we need to continue to discuss the changes we need to make as a collective society to achieve health equity. We all must operate in a growth mindset, be active allies for one another, work to be anti-racist, and continue to self-educate before we can expect those things from other people. So that goes for each of us, including myself. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears to maybe some slightly less heavy things. So next I just want to take a moment to talk about the society for those of you who may be new to the group, and welcome to everyone who's new. I'm very proud to say that we're growing and have already met some of our 2022 goals, which keeps me from getting fired. So now in our 6th year, the society includes more than 4,000 colleagues across the fields of health communication, public health, healthcare, digital health, academia, and research. Bless you. I'm also proud to say that over the last year, we've expanded and diversified our leadership teams and organizational membership up to 30 organizations from 20 organizations this time last year, which is really exciting. I also would like to give a big thank you to all of our summit sponsors this year. Evoke KYNE, Link, there's my organization. Westat, Communicate Health, Force Marsh Group, NORC at the University of Chicago, WebMD and Medscape, KARNA, Tana Health, and the Ad Council. Let's give a big round of applause for our sponsors. And just a huge shout out to Mike Macker, Jay Bernhardt, and everyone at UT Austin, Moody College of Communication. I think it's safe to say we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So they've really been not only sponsor the summit, hosting us here in Austin, providing invaluable support throughout the planning and implementation. Keith, the whole entire team, everyone's been so amazing. So thank you to UT Austin. I also want to recognize, a colleague of ours. Take a minute to recognize Terry Savage, the Society's 2020 through 2021 president, and her organization Westat for their unwavering support of the Society and the annual summit. Terry, who I had the pleasure of working alongside and learning from for the past 3 years, is a thoughtful and purposeful leader who guided the Society through, dare I say, one of the roughest patches in public health history, and she did it all with her humble and steady leadership. So thank you, Terry, for all your contributions to the Society and to the field. Please join me in giving Terry an in-person and virtual round of applause for all of her achievements. Terry couldn't be here in person. She's online, so I have a photo and a real live trophy. So thank you, Terry, and look out for this bad boy in the mail.